Hello and welcome to another update video about Ether. Yeah, on the Ether chart, we want to start on the daily time frame. The microstructure at the moment is a bit messy. It's a bit unclear when we really look at the micro patterns. It leaves a lot of room for interpretation. So I think sometimes it's worth zooming out a bit, getting an understanding of where we are in the larger cycle. And this is sort of the roadmap that I follow currently. I mean, it might change along the way. It likely will. But that's currently what we see, and it reveals the price action from the 2022 lows. That was June 22. In contrast to Bitcoin, obviously Ether did not form another bear market low in the November of 2022, but instead bottomed already in June and managed to hold a higher low afterwards. And since then, it's just been going up, right? Obviously with a little bit of a corrective counter trend moves, but overall, we've seen impulses to the upside and corrective pullbacks, obviously, afterwards, higher lows and higher highs. And at the moment, we are likely in the process of this wave 2. So we can see a 1-2, a 1-2, and a 1-2 setup. And ideally, the next wave up is the third wave that should take us to 3,500, 3,600 plus. And that's sort of the next wave up's target, ideally even a little higher, but there is a strong resistance area, I would say around 3,550. It's the previous structural high, very obvious one. And I think the market could use that support area that we've got on the chart as a jump off point for that third wave. There's no need to get to that support area, it's only support. We can take a look at that on the 1 hour time frame, but as long as the $1,678 level is holding, I see this roadmap as likely. It will significantly reduce in likelihood should the support level break. Yeah, so it's very, very much important to understand where we are, not to put too much emphasis on microstructures if your goal is to ride the main element of this trend to the upside. Because the risk is if you're trading all in, all out in the micro, your position will get too small and you will not be able to enjoy this move to the upside. Just to give you an example, channel members know that. Also, I think on YouTube, I announced that I still hold a fair amount of my position that I bought in July 22 when we had this breakout. So the price doubled since then, but I've only taken partial profits and added again in the dips. Regularly. So I've really not taken many profits because this is so part of my core position and I'm enjoying profits, but I haven't paid many of them out yet because, first of all, there's no need. And it's really only like, the main element of the move isn't even done, most likely, right? So we are still trending higher here. And my strategy is if we see more significant dips, I'm going to add a bit. And if we see rallies, at some point I will start to take profits, probably when we get close to, let's say close to all-time highs, I will start to take profits. But overall, there's no rush, and it's worth, when we're dealing with core positions, it's worth not to get too cute with our positions. Okay, that's one of the risks because the likelihood is that we are indeed in a third wave and possibly even in a third of a third wave. And they can be quick, when something kicks off, it can be very fast. Movements can be rapid, and you don't want to, sell a little bit or sell a lot to try to buy a little bit more in the pullback. Giving up your core position, which is really there to support the main trending move, and then you miss the boat. Okay, so let's go to first of all, the ETH BTC chart. Find that quite interesting. Please be aware that ETH BTC is currently in a support area and that if this support area holds at 0.05057, then this could trigger that Ether is starting to outperform Bitcoin really on the larger scale. We've had a first nice reaction here. Deep pullback, but into a support area now, and ideally it's turning around somewhere in this region. Okay, if not, then we have to wait for ETH to outperform Bitcoin. But we're now in a support area from where it could ideally start. Looking at ETHUSD on the 1 hour chart, this is the support area I just explained on the daily time frame. unchanged, 1677, 1678 is support. We've seen a top of wave 1 that I showed you on the daily time frame here in December. Wave 2, highlighted here in yellow, could have bottomed already, but I need to see further evidence for that. Until then, it's possible that we come down to test the lower support area indeed in this C wave of wave 2, which I would use to add more ETH. At the moment, it's just not very evident. I think it can go different directions from here. So the microstructure isn't very clear. We basically need to wait for the market to reveal its true intentions. It's possible that, yep, we had a top in place here in this X wave. Market moved down in the Y wave. The low is in wave 2. And then this is an unfolding diagonal, wave 1, wave 2, wave 3. We're now pulling back in wave 4. It's already come slightly below ideal support, which was 2,250, but it hasn't really broken below it. So we're still holding it, and maybe we get one more high in wave 5. Then we have 5 clear waves. I can add a support area for wave 2, and then we go. That's one scenario. That would be the bullish one. Be aware that even if micro support breaks, I mean, the invalidation point is really not reached before breaking below 2,171 for the yellow count. What I like structurally is the B wave pattern, so that this could just be some kind of a B wave or corrective wave, which would result in a C wave to the downside. But then, again, it hasn't moved down impulsively. I need to see a break below that 2,170 level to confirm it. It can take different routes here. I think we just need to wait for a breakout to the upside or clear 5 waves. If there is another high, then I've got that resistance area that I made you aware of yesterday here around 2,425 to 2,450. That's sort of a resistance area really there. I think we just need to be patient. I mean, I think 2,170 would be my breakdown point. And obviously, if we get a break above yesterday's high at 2,390, I think then we are moving up in wave 5 of 1 and could reach that resistance area. At the moment, it's really very, very unclear here because the move up is overlapping, corrective. Yep, could always turn into a diagonal, but I don't have clear 5 waves. So, just need to be a little bit impatient. You could say maybe it's 5 waves, maybe then it would be the count like rune, where we say, yep, this is 4. This is 5. This was 3. I mean, that's possible, which is why I say, really the invalidation point is down there at round about 2,170. So until that level breaks, higher is possible. It's just a messy structure. So yeah, not much more to add. I think support is clear. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, if you're interested in daily updates about the S&P 500, as well as regular updates about stocks, then check out our stocks and S&P 500 service. You'll find the link in the description. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.